guys, and welcome to the Nouveau Riche Podcast. So today, my man Nick, how are you doing, bro?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fine, man. I want to get into your story, your entrepreneurship story, from where you are to where you are today. Tell me about that.
Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, it's quite a long story, but I'm going to cut it down as much as I can. When I was probably 19, I started getting different sales jobs. So I was in different call centers, but really kind of hating on life, if I'm totally straight. I really didn't enjoy being in like a 9 to 5 environment and, having such a structured day each day. I kind of enjoy doing my own thing. So I always knew I wanted to get out of there, but I had literally no idea what to do, how I could do it, if it was even possible. I kept Googling like how you can make money online, like all of these different things, which I'm sure a ton of people do, and eventually stumbled across a couple of forums and started reading about Instagram and how people were making money off Instagram. And I was pretty much hooked. I'd looked at like drop shipping and Amazon FBA and SEO and all of these different things, which a lot of people go through, but none of them really sort of jumped at me. And then I saw Instagram, and that really kind of like excited me. So I'd be like reading and like trying to learn about Instagram. Then I would come home like 6-7 o'clock and just start like loading up Instagram accounts. And I was actually promoting like apps at the time. So every app that somebody installed, I'd get paid like 50 cents or $1 or something.
Right.
And it just started doing that. After a few months, and I was earning enough to kind of quit the sales job that I was in. But I kind of thought that promoting apps isn't really like what I want to do, and it's not sort of long-term or sustainable. So I transitioned into more like client management. So helping clients promote their own objectives, grow their pages, doing what they need to do.
Right.
And yeah, been doing that for the last couple of years, and here we are.
That's dope, man. How did your agency, you started that, of course. How long did it took you to take that to a success?
I mean, it took a while. So I just walked into a local business that I've known for quite a while one day, and just like went up to the counter and was like, can I speak to somebody about your Instagram?
Mm-hmm.
And from there, I had like a brief conversation with somebody who like manages their online presence and a bit of their social media. Left it at that, walked out. Then that evening, I got a call from the owner, and he was interested. So we started, but it was like literally for like £50 a month. So I think in dollars, it's like $65 a month.
Right.
So that's literally nothing, it's very small money. So,
Mm-hmm.
and it carried on like that for like the first few months, more because I was just not confident. And then for sort of the first year, it was just building up.
Right.
And I'd say it took maybe like a year and a half before I was earning like good money, where I was happy with what, I was doing. So it was maybe a slow start, but could be worse.
Mm-hmm. You think it's still something people could do in this day and age? Like you're doing it for a longer time, but if somebody wants to start an agency right after this podcast, you still think it's a good idea?
100%. I think it's one of the easiest business models right now, especially if you don't have much to invest, because signing up clients and doing the actual work doesn't cost anything. Whereas a lot of people that I talk to, drop shipping, Amazon FBA, these sort of things, you have to have maybe like a few thousand to invest to start with. Whereas, you could just literally go out and sign $1,000 a month client, and you've got money coming in straight away.
That's cool, man. How do you find your clients nowadays? Like it's still walking into businesses, or it's cold calling, or what do you?
No, I only used that first time. One other time where I got rejected, and no joke, that hurt so bad that I never did it again. Now, honestly, things have changed. For the last 6 months, I've been doing YouTube quite a lot more and building my personal brand.
Yes.
And that just, it changes the game so much when you actually have people just coming to you. You don't have to like try and negotiate. You don't have to try and convince them about yourself or anything like that, because they've seen you. You're kind of like a verified figure in their mind.
Right.
And literally all my leads have just been coming from YouTube and just referrals of existing clients. I'd say that's the most powerful one, actually.
Damn, man, that's cool. Yeah, let's get into that, like the personal brand thing. how do you grow that? Because I've seen your videos and it's all kind of based around building your business page or your meme page or something like that. How do you grow your personal brand? That's something I'm interested in.
Yeah, Instagram, I would say is, I mean, to be honest, building a personal brand, I think you just need a couple of platforms. I would say YouTube and Instagram are like the core ones that people should really be focusing on, because I think it's where the most like organic discovery comes in. YouTube is just absolutely insane for the amount of people who are like searching how to do things.
Right.
I literally never realized until I started pumping out YouTube videos how many people were actually searching for specific things.
Mm-hmm.
But then Instagram, building a personal brand is really different to like building, like you said, like a meme page or like a niched page.
Mm-hmm.
Because building a niche page, people don't have to relate to you as a person. They just have to like a certain niche. Building a personal brand is difficult. I would say the best ways to build a personal brand, I'm a big fan of like targeted engagement. Like as in, people call it follow on follow. I don't think it's like follow on follow, and follow on follow gets a really bad rap.
Mm-hmm.
Because people think it's unethical, people think it's like spammy. I really don't think it does. If all you're doing is basically connecting to somebody who you would never ever be able to connect with otherwise, there's no way that they're going to see your content. They're never going to discover your account. They're probably really going to be interested in your content, but there's no other way to get them to see your content apart from engaging with them. Maybe you're just liking a few of their photos. Maybe you're liking and following them.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the best connections I've made, and you know, the amount of leads I get just from doing follow and follow every month is absolutely insane. Aside from that, I think for a personal brand, influencer marketing, so relevant influencers doing shout outs, and the mother slave, if you've seen that, I'm not sure, is
I know it,
second to none at the moment in terms of building personal brands. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Do you think it's important, like for everyone starting a business or in general, like building your personal brand? It's a thing in 2019.
I would say so. I say if you don't have a personal brand, the amount of money you're leaving on the table in terms of, you think, I always use Gary Vee as an example. I like Gary Vee for what he does. I don't think he's the best marketer or the best person at what he does, but the amount of people or businesses that will approach him to get help just because he has like pretty much the biggest personal brand and he's in front of everyone all the time. He's got so much content being pumped out, that you just see him as like an authority and you just trust him. And yeah, it's actually a friend of mine who started building his personal brand about a year ago. And then he's hammering at me like, you need to start building a personal brand. You absolutely need to do that.
Right.
And as soon as I did start building a personal brand from, 6 months ago up until now, I'd say like my agency has literally tripled or quadrupled with minimal effort. Like in terms of trying to get new clients, it's just people coming to me. So yeah, I would say it's very important.
That's big, man. Cool. When you get to a point, like you told me the follow unfollow method, the slave thing method. Do you think ads work? Like story ads? I tried it a little, but it's fucking expensive. But do you think it's a sustainable method to grow your page?
I think it works. And to be honest, if you just want to scale really fast, follow unfollow has its limits. Really, there's only a certain amount you can do. Mother slave is a difficult setup and it takes a while to set up. Ads are really the only other way to, really do things fast. However, like you said, they get super expensive. They may start off cheap when you're just picking up like all the low hanging fruit, but like as you want to scale more and more and more, it's going to cost so much money.
Right.
But I do think, if you've got the budget, I think, and you just want to grow really fast, I think do paid ads. But for me, I do paid ads for just a couple of clients who really have a big budget. They want to do things fast,
right,
and they want to scale. But yeah, I'm actually going to be testing out ads on my personal soon. So I'm going to see, where things stand there. So I'll have more of an idea maybe in like a month or so.
Right. Yeah. I want to know how that works out for you. I tried it, but I'm hanging out around like 20 cents a follow. It's fucking expensive. But
it's expensive, man. That's really expensive when you think about it. If you want to get 1,000 followers, it's a couple $100. And the more and more, you could do that for maybe 1,000, 2,000 followers a month. But if you want to get like 10, 20, 30K followers, the price is going to start going up.
Yeah,
And the more you do Facebook ads and the more you run an ad, the more things generally start to get more expensive.
right. Yeah. What do you think will be big trends in the following year? What do you think is like gonna take off in the Instagram space?
Good question. I'm hoping IGTV will maybe start taking off. It's kind of like a bit hit and miss at the moment. Some people use it, some people don't, and they never seem to get many views. Maybe just because people are used to like fast content on Instagram. You're not used to like sitting and watching lots of things on Instagram. Also the checkout thing. I don't know if you've seen where you won't need like a shop front. I think that's going to be so cool. And will help so many retailers. It will kind of like not eliminate Shopify. People still use Shopify, I think, but like it gives an alternative. And will just make Instagram for business like so important. So that's kind of good for anybody with like an agency. It's going to open up a lot more potential.
That's cool. You can be an early adapter of that right now. That's
yeah.
All right. So let's say you already have a solid account. You've been growing this shit for a while. What would your best method of monetizing that be, of scaling that be?
For which sort of, for whose account?
Whatever. Let's say you have a personal brand with 200,000 followers, something like that.
Yeah. I mean, it really depends on the niche for whatever you're doing. If you personal brands, like the personal brands that I work with, so like my own personal brand, the way I monetize my own Instagram page, like I haven't got hundreds of thousands of followers. I've literally got like, I make quite a lot of money just from my personal brand, just from new clients inquiring with me and also students who are like wanting to learn from me. So it's really how the personal brand is built. I have a load of PTs as clients who are like they're pretty much personal brands, and they sell anything from like workout plans to diet plans to like 6 months online personal training, which are just like 10K retainers. So it really depends like what your skills are and what your niche is. But I think selling digital products, like information products as a personal brand, is so lucrative and just so underused by people. I think information products, when it's linked to you as like an expert,
it
so just seems
part,
wherever your skill is, you can just think of some sort of product or maybe some products that people will be interested in. And, you just got to figure out a way to sell it, market it. And I just like the fact that it's like 100% profit with like a digital product. Like, it doesn't cost you anything to fulfill. You don't have to ship it to anyone. And once it's done, it's done. You don't have to like create it each time. I just think it's crazy.
Yeah, right. It's cool, man. Where do you want to take this in the long run? Where do you see this go? Your own agency and the whole platform on itself.
I really want to with my agency. So this is something I've only recently decided on. With my agency, I've been focusing a lot on like volume of smaller clients and just getting them like 1,000, 2,000 followers a month. But I really want to start working with larger clients, like maybe influencers or mini celebrities, people who just really want to boost their like brand, so their personal brand, and just get kind of more famous, if you like. And Instagram is one of the ways that they think, or that they kind of need, like the amount of people I talk to and they say like first thing that people check is like their Instagram and like how many followers they have. And I'm like, wow, like I run an agency, I still don't really even see how that can be so important. So I really want to start working with high ticket like influencers and really scale the agency up to, honestly, like I really want to get to 100K a month. It sounds like a lot of money, but I believe it's possible. If I start getting like 5 or 10K retainers, it's only going to take 10, 20 clients, and I'm sure I can do that. Then also I'd love to have like ideally like 1,000 students who are all learning how to make money on Instagram. Not necessarily start their own agency, but just even be able to make their own money on Instagram, because that's so easy for people, and people just don't really realize how easy it is. I think it's more just like the belief. And every time that I have a new student who then makes money or signs a client up or something, and they message me and they're like, wow, like I'm so optimistic now, like this is crazy. That just like makes me feel so good. So if I can have like 1,000 students, I think it's gonna be great.
That's cool, man. A little back to the. I forgot one thing I wanted to ask. In the agency part, where do you how do you price that for yourself? How do you say, like, do you have packages, or how do you do that?
Yeah, so I only do like a couple of things. All I focus on now is growth. So I used to offer people like content, like doing their stories, like ads, all of that sort of stuff, which
Mhm.
kind of spread me a bit thin. And I wasn't able to like focus and specialize on what I'm really good at, which is getting like targeted growth. So I cut
Right.
everything down to where I just offer like growth. So it can either be standard growth using targeted engagement, which is
Mhm.
really effective and generates like super targeted leads, or I set up like bigger growth campaigns where people get like 5, 10, 20. And I'm actually in talks to somebody now who wants 50K a month, which will be like the biggest package I've done for somebody, which is
Right.
pretty crazy.
It's cool.
And I generally charge like per followers because it's the easiest way to do it. And
Hmm.
it doesn't, you'd think that like as you charge for more followers, you can give some discount, but you can't really because it gets so much more difficult to fulfill like 50K followers compared to 10K followers. 50K followers is so much more difficult. So I just like a flat rate. People can just decide like how much they want. They normally start small, and then like once they see the first month is like awesome, they're like, yeah, let's double it. Let's do some more. I say I have set prices. I have like set guideline prices, but I will like negotiate with people if I feel it's relevant or
Hmm.
yeah, within reason.
Right, right, right. That's cool. It's fascinating for me. Stop me if I get in too deep into the business model. But when um like I'm your client now, and I want to get 10K to 10K a month. What do you do? Do you outsource the follow, unfollow? What's the little method in the?
Sure. So 10K a month is not achievable with follow and follow. Follow and follow is generally 1 to 2K a month.
Hmm.
And that's just, you can't really go much more. Obviously, if you have like a really great and optimized account or like a babe account, like Girls Fitness, they get
Hmm.
like
Right. Yeah.
incredible follow back rates. There's just a way that I specialize, and I genuinely don't really see anybody else doing this at a big scale. It's mother slave or fan page where
Right.
let's say we have like a personal trainer or like a male fitness
Hmm.
influencer. What we'll do is we'll build like 50 or 100 fan pages, but they're not like directly fan pages where they're posting the same content, they've got the same name or anything like that. They'll just be
Hmm.
like male fitness pages, or maybe even like healthy food pages, or
Right.
just mixed fitness pages, or things that are related to that guy's niche.
Hmm.
And they'll be growing on autopilot. So they'll be doing follow and follow, posting content, and like building up followers who are interested in like the men's fitness niche.
Mm.
And then it's just about siphoning followers from that page to, let's say the male influencers page. And normally that's done through DMs. So we'll just DM the new followers, like, hey, if you love male fitness, which we know they do because they've just followed us,
Right.
you're going to need to check out, at
Hmm.
and that just, you get such laser targeted followers because they're already interested in that niche, that, it's uncomparable. And you can just scale that to like, as I said, like 50K a month, which I think is
Right.
insane.
That's cool. Yeah, you see, what's his name? Jason Stone, I think is his name, with the Millionaire Mentor, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah, I've seen him.
that's a good example of that. That's cool, man. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Besides your program, which books or courses are big on learning this, on learning the marketing part of this?
Um, as far as Instagram goes, I would say forums are like the best place to learn this sort of stuff.
Right.
So, two forums that I love. One is called MP Social,
Mm-hmm.
and that's like just an Instagram marketing forum, and the other is Black Hat World, which is just like a more internet marketing or just like online marketing. And that is, they're the forums that I've stumbled across almost 3 years ago now, and genuinely my whole life changed just from reading things on there,
Right.
and then going from there. But books, there are definitely some good books. ClickFunnels books by expertsecrets.com secrets, damn, like they will change the way you think forever.
Right.
um, and all of these sort of business books, I think reading is always going to just benefit you in so many ways. But courses, I think if you know that the person that you're buying a course off has done certain things, then buy the course. But otherwise, so many of these the reason I decided to make a course was because I was so kind of like pissed off or fed up that all of these people were making courses and it was just full of like trash. So I was like, I have to kind of just show people that, there is
a good way.
Yeah.
Right. That's cool, man. Where can people find you for the people interested?
Yeah, sure. So YouTube is just like Nick Malak, which is Malak. And then it's just Instagram.com/Nick Malak. So NickMalak. They're the main platforms. I do have a Facebook group, which is completely free about Instagram, which is like over something like 1,200 members at the moment. So people should definitely check that out. But yeah, Instagram and YouTube, they are my main platforms.
Love it, man. That's what I have for you today, man. Thank you so much for doing this.
Hey, no worries at all. No, it's good to speak to you. Hopefully anybody who's thinking about maybe internet marketing or Instagram will just realize that, it's possible. I think as soon as you make the first like dollar online is when you get hooked and you just think, right, I need to make this work. I need to have my own time.
It's cool. It's crazy. Like I say this so much, but the time we live in, the opportunities these days, it's crazy.
It's crazy. And people don't realize, or people think it's like a scam. And genuinely one of the hardest things for me was like when I started all of this, my parents were so against it and just thought that like I can't do it, and were like, no, you gotta stay like at your job, this isn't like viable. So I can only imagine for like a lot of people in the same position, you may never even take that first step just because of what other people say, really.
Right. But like fuck them, the opportunities are endless. It's big, man.
Yeah, 100%. Whole new world out there.
All right, for the people listening, like I said, check the man out. Once again, thank you so much for doing this, and now we'll speak soon, bro.
Yeah, 100%. Thank you very much for having me.
Always, bro. Always.